We got a best of 5. We have Juicy taking on Rezears. As always, we appreciate the players jumping in to put on a show. An early flick from Rezears is going to result in a goal quickly in game 1. A reminder, this is a best of 5. Quick introduction for our 2 participants today. Juicy is a relatively newer pro. I'm sure he has been on his grind for quite some time. But in this last season, I think, is where he really made a name for himself amongst the Rocket League esports community. Joining the Moist Esports squad, playing alongside Joyo, a fan favorite. And Juicy is a very talented player, as he is showing at the moment. Has a flip reset musty flick just a bit high. He's going to have his hands full here today as he plays against Rezears. Rezears, plenty of mechanics as well, and maybe a little bit more experience in the 1v1 arena, as he puts a flick past Juicy once more. 3-0 for Rezears. Great start to the series. Bounce dribble set up from Rezears. He's going to take it low and slow. Doesn't want to overcommit, as he was low on resources. Juicy may have found an opening here, puts one towards the target. Rezears does well to control it. But now he's in a tough position. Juicy with a big resource advantage. He is going to use a lot of it there on the ceiling. That's a fantastic play. Juicy up to the top, reset the dodge. Puts the shot bar down and in. Juicy's on the board. I know the game sound went out for a minute. We're back, though. Just had to shut down that prediction. Juicy is going to put in a second right away. With 3 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock, he's back within 1. Should be able to get back to this. He's got some space to work with. Decent setup, the flip reset. Not going to get the desired power on it. And maybe conceding here. He's in a tough position. Rezears on the counterattack. The flip reset to the far post is good. Look at the zap dashing, folks. I want to talk about this some as we watch more of these show matches, because it's becoming, I mean, obviously it's not a new discovery, right? It's something that we've talked about for a little bit at this point, but the zap dashing and curve dashing and wall dashing, look at that right there. It's just going to, like, very much speed up the pace that the players can play at with little to no resources. And what that means is they can obviously expend more boost in high-risk areas because their recovery is even faster at this point. I think over the next year and a half, we're going to see a tremendous increase in the speed that these players can move around the pitch. There was an attempt at it right there, and we're still in the early phase, you know, and that's a I guess a remotely basic wave dash onto the wall. But it's something that is definitely an elevation of your traditional, original wave dashing. Rezears going to get a fake there in the midfield, open up some space. Just under 2 minutes left, and he's extended that lead back to 3. but I am definitely excited about what this dashing what do I call this? A trend? I don't know. This evolution of dashing and what it means for pro play. Great save from Juicy. A tough position to be in. Still got some work to do. Tries to break out of the defensive hole. Good stuff to push Rezears back to the midfield. Bought himself a little bit of space. Now he's on the attack. An aggressive dive from Juicy. He's out of position and will concede. 3-7 for Rezears. Almost a nice goal with the little pirouette there at the end of that. Rezears with a fake kickoff. Juicy does not spot it early enough. He does get a nice challenge here. Decent control. He's not going to be able to put it on target, but he will secure that corner boost from Rezears. And unfortunately for Juicy, he wanted the ground double, but hit it right into his opponent. And I think we can tell by the body language here, Juicy ready to move forward into game 2. Reset at the 0-0 scoreline. Maybe a clip here. Build some momentum and confidence. Unable to get the reset. He will be back in time to prevent a counterattack, but with the final 15 seconds, that's going to lock up game number 1 in favor of Rezears. Juicy will put one in for the road. We got 8 seconds left. The flags are a new addition. Is it on target? It is! Juicy puts in a 5th. Game 1 goes to Rezears. Great start to the series. Straight to game number 2. Juicy being tripped up by Rezears. He's going to stick close to this play. Wants to keep the pressure on. It's a bit of a risky extension to the midfield. Juicy in a tough position defensively. Rezears going to put the flip reset on target. Take an early lead here in game 2. Rezears puts in a second. Great patience from Juicy on the goal line. He knew that there was very little space for Rezears to actually squeeze that inside the post. So he stayed calm, composed, and he stayed goal side. The result is a counterattack opportunity. Looking for the ground pinch. Rezears is in position to defend. The pogo attempt. Rezears to the top left. Juicy. Defense just a bit too strong. Now a counterattack for Juicy is good. That's a good play from Rezears. Just a couple of small touches there in the corner, awkward touches. That's all he needed to put in his third. What a play from Juicy there. That first jump, he kept it low and controlled so he could get a slight touch on the ball and then use a wave dash to collect it. But Rezears' attack at the moment is just a bit too powerful, too difficult for Juicy to keep out. Both players attempting the fake kickoff, excuse me. Rezears going to get the better of the interaction. 5-2. Rezears puts in a sixth. Rezears has to back off. Juicy with some space. It's his reset. Actually ends up with a second. Still unable to outplay Rezears. A nice challenge there. If he can be the first to this touch, he'll have an open net to shoot at. Rezears in an awkward position, but Juicy can't get it on target. Full tank of boost. Juicy. A little ahead of the ball. And he extends to the corner, which will cost him another goal. Well, we've seen this a few times, whether it is in his opponent's offensive corner, or excuse me, in his offensive corner in the opponent's side, or even at the midfield. Juicy extending for these big pads. It's giving Rezears just a bit too much space. Oh my, that is a beautiful shot from Juicy. Not all that much boost to work with, but the skim is on target. That is clean. And with 2 minutes left, there's still plenty of time for Juicy here. He's only down 4. Rezears, a fantastic recovery. I was going to say he may have overextended there, but he got back into position. And an early flick from Rezears does catch a diving challenge from Juicy. He's extended his lead to 5. Fake kickoff there, Juicy. The chip into the corner. Rezears takes control. Early flick. Juicy collects. Wow. Woo-hoo! A little bit of boost in the tank and a couple of chain dashes along the wall. It's going to provide enough power to slam that past Rezears. Great play from Juicy. Flick to the far side, blocked away by Rezears. That double touch is going to be cleared all the way into Juicy's corner. Good Patience from Juicy. Rezears able to keep out the first attempt. Juicy with a second reset, maybe a third. It's on target, but Rezears in position. And I gotta say, I really wish these players would stop defending each other's clips. We have been robbed of a pogo and a triple reset. The defense is too strong. 4-8. Rezears gonna get his second W. We're heading to game 3. Can Juicy stave off a sweep? Or will Rezears continue to cruise through the series? He wants a double reset with a musty. Not enough power on it. Juicy looking to quickly initiate a counterattack. Going to stay behind this. And the slow bouncer will not find its way in. Juicy likely to score here. Actually, unfortunately, takes it off target. And Rezears will hold on for the time being. Juicy with some space, full tank of boost. What's he got in store? Up to the ceiling. Rezears with a very aggressive early challenge. Will stop Juicy before he can begin. But he's back at it from end to end. He's got the reset. Got decent power on it, but it was not on target. He goes back into the air. Another reset attempt. But this time he's going to bring it to the ground. And a slight tap with the catch will be enough to outplay Rezears on the goal line. Juicy takes the lead here in game 3. Juicy's just going to maintain possession here. Incredible awareness. Knew exactly where Rezears would be. Maybe a pogo here. He has his dodge. Hold on to it. Another reset. Juicy. We finally get our clip. The end-to-end pogo. With a reset. Unbelievable creativity from Juicy. He's up by 2. Rezears on the ceiling. Had Juicy in a tough position. And will easily capitalize. Back within 1. Big kickoff win for Rezears. Quick camera check to see where his opponent is. And that's why he did it right there. Wanted to see where Juicy was headed. Juicy closing the gap. Quickly moving forward for the challenge rather than going back to the net. Rezears spots it on his way to steal the boost. And with a soft touch, outplays the challenge from Rezears. We're all tied up 2-2. Hey, Chrissy, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in, everyone. We got some show matches today. Both players, Juicy and Rezears, have been clipping Unfortunately, both of them have been defending quite well. But it's been a fun one to watch. Juicy's got to hustle back. Does well to keep the first shot out. Rezears backs off. Juicy with control. Saves the reset for a wave dash. Now Rezears with possession. He's immediately dispossessed, and Juicy with a quick recovery, able to steal the corner boost. Should secure the other corner as well. Rezears low on resources, but he is surviving. Not only surviving, he is thriving. Rezears with good control in the midfield sends a flick on target. Juicy's recovery a bit too slow. 1:16 left to play. Rezears trying to complete the sweep. Oh my word, the disrespect from Juicy. He's gonna lift this up in his own side. Spots Rezears' challenge a bit too shallow. Gets the demo for good measure. 63 seconds remain. Juicy. Rough recovery there. Now Rezears with a reset. Gonna hold it. Play a safe option. Flick from Juicy not gonna be enough, but he will secure that corner boost. Does well to keep Rezears at bay for the time being. Sweeps to his other corner. He has his dodge. Juicy saves it to the last moment. A little scoop of a musty is gonna be enough. He takes a 1-goal lead inside the final 30 seconds. Juicy knows he has to be careful. Rezears has been quite effective with the counterattacks. Well played by Juicy to just hold on to possession. The ceiling pinch. Actually not going to be enough. Rezears. Hold on. Full tank of boost. We're not done yet. He has the reset. Not enough power. Juicy is going to get his first win in the series. Rezears scrambling. Does well to make the save and avoid being demoed. Now he has possession. Flick on target, blocked away by Juicy. The pace of play has absolutely sped up. A tough recovery there from Juicy. He may still be able to make it back in time. He doesn't. Rezears strikes first here in game 4. Juicy. Beautiful execution. Air dribble into a flip reset. Finds the top shelf. He was all in on this play. Needed to put it home. He does. We're all tied up. Slow play from Rezears as he pulls it up to the ceiling, baits the challenge in from Juicy, who zooms right past the ball. Allows Rezears to put in a second. Missed touch there from Juicy. Will leave his net open for Rezears. 3-1. Well played by Rezears. Maybe wondering why he waited so long to make a touch to keep that out. And this is exactly why. He wanted to bait Juicy in, maybe convince him that he had a real opportunity there to score. Rezears had it under control. Wanted that counterattack. These players have such a good read. It's just unbelievable. It's so impressive. Rezears going to put in a fourth. They'll take possession. Ground pinch to the top shelf. Juicy able to make the save. Rezears reset. Not enough. Juicy wants the pinch. The power seemed to be there, but it was just a bit wide either way. Good attempt from Juicy. Not going to be enough to outplay Rezears, who is quickly there to control the play. Walk it around Juicy and roll in a fifth. Great defense from Rezears. Final 90 seconds, Juicy from his own back wall. Rezears sticking around on this play, making life difficult for Juicy. Finds a demo as well. Juicy may have accidentally put that wide. He did. Had an open net to look at. Attempting a psycho. Not going to find it this time. Rezears bumped off the plate. And a demo to follow. Juicy won the BM flick as he turtles towards the play. Rezears is able to keep it out. Final 20 seconds, we'll be winding down. We may get a clip for the road. Let's see what Juicy has. No reset. And Rezears will be taking the series 3-1. GG's. We have a mutual agreement between the two players. The series has been too much fun. They don't want it to end. Will Juicy get one for the road, or will they take turns keeping this ball alive? Juicy has his reset. Rezears. Great control. Juicy's turn. Progressing towards the net. Wait a second, that's a fake out. Maybe we're going the other direction. And they let it fall. GG's.